All right, we're in the house, family. Woo, we're in the house. We about to get busy. Black Power. This is the general. We got a powerful one today. We're gonna be talking about how the Hebrew Israelites are worshiping the African Canaanite god El. This is very shameful. This is very shameful and easily documented. And we're gonna expose some depth to this, this revelation. We got to show depth. You know what I'm saying? As and so the thing is, and why am I love it. I love going off into the good book. Don't know what it's good for other than exposing the people who say it's the good book. And that's okay. I'm willing to do that. I got time today. You feel what I'm saying? And so we're going to work out. And so this is the hypocrisy that, that they have, they literally have built nothing from the ground. You feel me? Black power to the family out there. They have never built anything from the ground up. Everything that they got, they took it. You see? This must be established. These is facts. These is facts. And so as we go into the documentation, we got to go into the documentation. What is, I just had it here. Just had it here. Let me get it back up here. Is that it? I think it is. Oh, I know where I got it at. Yeah, I know where I got it at. I know where I got it at. Say, don't take nothing from them. That's what God said right here. Say, don't, this is Exodus 23. For anybody that wanted, 23, 32 to 33. It says, you shall make no covenant with them. You shall make no covenant with them and their gods. That's what it says. They shall not dwell in your land, lest they make you sin against me, right? For if you serve their gods, it will surely be a snare to you. Now, after God commanded them, don't serve their gods, they began to call God by the very name of El. El, the African Canaanite god, Elohim, Israel, Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Samael. You see, Emmanuel, all of these Els. But he just said, don't serve their gods. And they call, because it's the language that they call Hebrew is actually Canaanite, Phoenician Canaanite. I mean, this is the biggest joke, the biggest hypocrisy I ever seen in my life. Now, I want y'all to go look this up now before don't take General Seti word for it, even though you understand what I'm saying. I'm a beast at what I do. I don't leave no room for nobody to come behind me. You feel what I'm saying? This is El right here, right behind me. And if you look up the god El, he got Atep many times. Either he got an Egyptian Atep crown on, or he had a crown of Upper Egypt on his head. So that's very critical, because it showed the African Canaanite Phoenician allegiance with Egypt and Cush. Period. So that's out the, we don't have to argue about that. And that shines a light, because the irony of this is, after God say, don't serve their gods, don't serve none of it, but the greatest personage of the Bible, Melchizedek, was a Canaanite. What is the irony of that? That all of the, Abraham got his initiation through Melchizedek, the Canaanite, African Canaanite. And so this show you what, and And I made that connection. I say Melchizedek was in the priesthood with the Cushites and the Egyptians, which is true. This was the god of, of Canaan, El, which is again a variation of the Egyptian Ethiopian deity system. You see what I'm saying? So there it is. So even when they talk about Melchizedek, you talking about the priesthood of the Nile Valley. The priesthood of the Nile Valley. And so we got to quit, I'm hearing these, thank you, family, much appreciated. You feel what I'm saying? Much appreciated. You see, I'm hearing where these Hebrew Israelites saying the Bible is their culture and that you're a thief. Then God say, thou shalt not steal. Yeah, then God say, thou shalt not steal. But y'all stealing. Y'all then stole the Canaanite. And I got on that just the other day because Jesus referred to the Canaanite woman who as a dog. Say you can't give the bread of I think the children to the dogs. Cast your pearls before the swine and things of this nature. You say, if God isn't real, how do you make it to heaven? I mean, hey, listen here, all that is a concept. You don't know where you're going. Nobody ever came back. So heaven is a concept too. We want to see, let me tell you something. Man didn't want to feel like he was going off into nothing. You see, man didn't want to feel like he was going off into nothing. So he created heaven for himself, but he the one that created it. You see, I understand we energy and we going somewhere. Energy is never destroyed. You feel what I'm saying? So our energy is going somewhere, depending on what kind of energy you got. Now, if you got a foul energy, but if you got a magnetic energy, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna become a part of the magnetic universe. You see what I'm saying? We understand that. Our ancestors understood that. But nobody ever came back from no heaven and said, oh, there was mansions and niggas was riding around in Escalades and you can blow all the trees in the world that you want. And no, ain't nobody. So that's a concept. And I know it make you feel good. Do what you got to do now. Do what you got to do. Be holy, be righteous, continue to do that. But nobody has ever been to a heaven and came back. Okay, nobody's ever done that. So it's only an imagination of people's mind. And if like I say, if that's where you want to go, maybe your consciousness send you where you believe. If that's what you believe, maybe your consciousness will send you there. So hey, if that's the place you want to go to, manifest it. I ain't telling you not to manifest it, but I can tell you one thing. Nobody, because if anybody had been and came back, it'll only be one religion. You wouldn't have all these religions. If it could be proven where you go after you die, it wouldn't be but one religion. You wouldn't have people believing all these things. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Yeah, he has, yes, he do. The matriarch of the tribe of Judah is a Canaanite. That's right. The matriarch, the mother of the tribe of Judah, Tamar, is a Canaanite. Period. So when Jesus said to the woman, Canaanite woman, called her a dog, I wonder, was he thinking about his great, 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 great grandmammy, Tamar? I wonder, was he thinking like that? You see what I'm saying? We got Jesus in the hair lock up in here. We don't play no games. We got the science of our ancestors, greatest science that ever existed on the planet. Take that with y'all, family. We just getting started, tonight. Do the research on the Canaanite, God El. Do the and look up God El. Make the connection to the Nile Valley. Make that connection with Melchizedek, what he was venerating. Connect Melchizedek to the Nile Valley. You will see where Abraham, you will see the priesthood that Jesus came after. And just like family said, connect Jesus to his Canaanite matriarch Tamar. And that's a body slam right there. I'll see y'all in a minute. Get over there to Patreon. We going live tonight. We're going to have some episodes on Patreon, uncut. Don't you miss it. Boom.